Let's go.
Hello and welcome into the CISM football pregame show. I'm John Schaefer, in for Blake Walker tonight. Certainly looking forward to some great matchups in the final week of the regular season for Class 5A. We'll have Sioux City North at Centennial, Waterloo West at Waukee, a game that we're going to be talking a lot about tonight, plus hearing from their coaches. And then you also have Des Moines Lincoln taking on Valley. Dar Danielson will be on the call for that game. So we're taking a look at the top 20 in the RPI as we get ready for that playoff finality as we find out later tonight who will be in and who will not be in to the postseason. It is certainly make or break time for a lot of teams. So a look at the top 20 for the Class 5A RPI. Dowling Catholic sits 7-1 comfortably into the playoffs along with Waukee Northwest. Of course, Northwest number 2 takes on number 13 Norwalk this week. This is really more of a chance for the Warriors to solidify a playoff berth if they can top the Wolves. Northwest should be hosting come first round and quarterfinal play. Number 3, Sioux City East, 7-1 on the year. Iowa City Liberty in at number 4. Johnston, Ankeny, and Valley all 6-2 on the year, all 5, 6, 7. And then Cedar Falls also in there at 6-2 as well for number 8. Number 9, Dallas Center Grimes, 6-2 as well, but they have to go out east to take on a 3-5 Cedar Rapids Kennedy team. That could be a tough out tonight for the Mustangs. A little bit of a do or die scenario for them. They might have enough buffer to keep them in that top 16, even with a loss tonight. Iowa City West at number 10, 6-2, plays host to 4-4 Linmar, and this is where you get into the must-win territory. If you're Iowa City West, you don't have to leave it or want to leave it up to that RPI to save you. Linmar sits 19th, so a win for them, and they might find a back way into the top 16. Cedar Rapids Prairie in at number 11 and 6-2. They have a favorable matchup tonight as well. Number 12, Waterloo West, 5-3. They're at Waukee tonight. And this is the game to circle because it maybe matters the most for the RPI. It's win and in for Waterloo West. It's that simple. Waukee's 3-5, but 17th in the RPI, coming off of that huge upset against Waukee Northwest. So if the Warriors can get the win tonight, I think it would be good enough to move the Warriors up into the top 16, drop Waterloo West out of the top 16, and so that would really be dependent, though, on how Norwalk, Indianola, Southeast Polk, and Centennial do as well, and this is why that RPI is great, but also a bit of a challenge to predict kind of the outcome here. So keep in mind, Norwalk is number 13. We mentioned them. They take on Waukee Northwest. Indianola at 5-3 is 14. Southeast Polk 4-4 on the year, in there at 15. They need one more win just to solidify that, along with Ankeny Centennial taking on that Sioux City North squad as well this evening. Then 17, we mentioned them, Waukee, the Warriors, 3-5. Dubuque Senior at 5-3. Might have some qualms with how the RPI has them positioned. Linmar at 4-4 controls their own destiny as well, and then Pleasant Valley there at number 20. So, An exciting night, as I mentioned, ahead. A lot on the line, and when we come back from the break, we'll preview this matchup between Waterloo West and the Waukee Warriors just a little bit more as we hear from both head coaches after the break. Once again on CISN.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Welcome back into CISN's football pregame show. John Schaefer with you once again. And now time to catch up with both coaches from one of the biggest matchups in all of high school football this evening. Waterloo West taking on the Waukee Warriors. We'll hear from Gabe Baker and Lonnie Moore, both head coaches for their respective squads. Keep in mind, Waterloo West riding a 3-game winning streak into this contest, including a massive upset of Dallas Center Grimes just a few weeks ago. For Waukee, well, they put themselves in a prime spot to win and get into the postseason after an upset of then number 1 Waukee Northwest, riding that high of a huge rivalry win. We caught up with both coaches. Take a look.
Joining me now is Waterloo West coach Lonnie Moore, and thanks for joining us here, Coach, on the pregame show. And first of all, looks like you guys 3 straight wins, kind of getting in a little groove here toward the end of the season.
Yeah, we're playing our best football right now. We got some guys healthy also that came back and kind of helped us on both sides of the ball. So that also helps out a little bit when our team is not as deep. So we need some of those key players to make sure they're there to help us out. And we're playing some good football right now. What
do you like about this team and the way they develop?
I just like the non-quit attitude, especially our seniors, the way they lead. We actually lost 3 games early in the season in a row. Any team at that time could have, bailed or, gave up. They continued to come back and kept working, kept getting better. So I just like their resilience, the way they fought, the way they played hard, and then things have happened for us.
Well, you come into this one you were in the playoffs last year, right?
That's correct.
So looking for your second straight playoff berth, but you play this Waukee team, and they had just a big emotional win over their crosstown rival last week. What do you see out of them? What do you have to do to be successful against them in this game?
Waukee came in, highly rated even before the season started. Looking at their schedule, they had a very, very tough schedule. So that record is very deceiving. They have played some really good teams and played them well. And again, they must have the same type of kids that worked hard and played hard and got a chance to play their rivals, as their rivals were ranked number 1 and came out on top. So, they're probably playing some of their best football too at the same time. So, be a good matchup.
What do you need to do for your own team to be successful here? You run the ball, pass the ball more? Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
Yeah, if you look at our stats, we're pretty much even on both sides. So we're pretty even passing and running. I just think we need to be efficient, whatever we do. We usually take what the defense give us. We're not run it down your throat if we have to, or make you stop the run or make you stop the pass. We're more of our offense where, we're going to take what you give us and we try to execute that way and have our players make sure they execute the plays. Defensively, we just try to play hard. We want our guys to try to be around the ball. We tell them all the time that you can't make a play unless you're around the ball. So we try to fly the ball and be very aggressive and try to get them less to think about. We don't want them thinking a lot. We just want them reacting and playing hard from there.
And you say you're pretty healthy right at this point in the season?
We're a little healthier than we were at the beginning of the season. We still got some guys with some nicks and bruises and things like that. So like every other team, but we started off the season probably right after the first game. We had some guys that were down, and actually the second game, some guys that were down and didn't play for a game or two, and this guy was out. But those guys are all back right now, and it's looking good for us.
Well, yeah, and that's like you say, nobody's 100% and
Yeah.
the season, but you're right where you want to be here on the verge of getting in the playoffs, and that's exactly what you aim for when you start the season, isn't it?
That's correct. So, we have a motto here with our program. When I started back as the head coach 17 years ago, it's called Play 14. And what Play 14 means is we want to play 14 games. Now, things have changed within the last 5 years where they took a game away. So we count our scrimmage as one of the games now. But only 2 teams in 5A play 14 games. That's the 2 teams in the state championship. So we kind of tell our kids, first, you got to make the playoffs. And whatever way that goes, you don't have to be undefeated or anything. You just got to get yourself in a position to make the playoffs. Once you get to the playoffs, is everybody 0-0. Now you got to just make sure you're playing your best football. And then you just take one game at a time and try to make it to the dome and then to the state championship.
All right. Well, we sure appreciate you visiting with us here on the pregame show, and good luck to you on Friday night, Coach.
Well, thank you for having us, and we appreciate everything you guys do for the Iowa football high school. We love it and all the publicity we get. And so thanks for having us, and go Wogs.
Joining us now is Waukee head coach Gabe Baker. And Coach, let's first talk about, you had the big win last Friday, and of course everybody was kind of watching that because you knock off number one. It's the rivalry and everything. How do you come off of that high and get ready now for this game?
We told the kids on Friday to enjoy it. Take the weekend and enjoy it. Talk to all the people in the building, get that congratulations on Monday morning. But then when we came to practice on Monday afternoon, it was on to Waterloo West because it's just as important of a game, if not more important, than the one we just played. Yeah,
now you need to win this to get in, right? If you win, are you sure to get in, or do you need a little help? How does that all work out?
There's people out there a lot smarter than I am that have ransom numbers and things, and it looks like if we win, then we'll be in. But we really can't worry about that or what anybody else is doing. We just have to go out and try to win a game for our seniors on our senior night.
And what do you know about this team, Waterloo West?
They're very talented. They got playmakers on both sides of the ball. They have a really good offensive line. A couple guys on their left-hand side of that offensive line are college-level players. I think one's committed to Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. But they've been solid. Quarterback's very accurate, throwing for almost 1,400 yards, and they're used to winning. They're 5-3. They made the playoffs a year ago, and they've beaten a couple teams that we've played. So I think it's going to be a very competitive game.
And you guys seem to pull everything out in that game, running, passing, a little bit of everything in that. Is that kind of the same thing you see to win this game?
Yes, I think we have to. I think we have to be a physical football team again, being 2 tight ends and run the ball, but also have an opportunity to throw the ball around a little bit. I think we were very efficient in that. We were 12 of 14 last Friday, and if we could do that again, maybe a few more pass attempts, I think we'd be in really good shape.
You've come through a pretty rough schedule, obviously. I know nobody's perfectly healthy, but everybody, how are they doing as you head into this final regular season game?
We're pretty good for it being week 9, and as you said, the grind of the season. We're going to miss a couple players that played Friday night, but that's just nature of the beast, and other guys are going to have to step up.
Well, you want to be playing for a playoff spot. Probably would hope a few more wins there, but you're in a spot to play to extend the season, and that's always what you want every year, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We talk to our kids about. I know it's not exactly what we wanted record-wise, but everything we still sought out at the beginning of the year is still in front of us. All we got to do is be 1-0 this week.
All right. Well, good luck, Coach, on Friday night.
Hey, thank you very much.
So once again, thank you to Coach Baker and Coach Moore for taking time out of their week as they got ready for tonight's big showdown. Again, 7 p.m. kickoff out at Waukee Stadium between Waterloo West and the Waukee Warriors. Should have a fun one there. Also have a few more fun ones to look at. We'll get you the games to watch and really pay attention to here after another quick break on CISN.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Getting ready to put a bow here on the pregame show here on CISN for the final regular season football contest of the night. Let's get to our games to watch around central Iowa and across the state, really. And it starts again with number 12, Waterloo West at number 17, Waukee. Waukee must win to make the playoffs. Waterloo West clinches with a win. They might need some help if they lose, as we mentioned in those RPI rankings. Number 11, Cedar Rapids Prairie at number 18, Dubuque Senior. Senior has to win to make the playoffs, and that's if they get some help as well. Prairie trying to solidify their spot at 11. Number 23, Urbandale at number 14, Indianola. Indianola, if they win, they are in, but if they lose, they're in trouble, and should be big fans of Waterloo West and Prairie as well. Certainly a big matchup there. Another one that we've hit on, number 2, Northwest at number 13, Norwalk. Northwest wins. They lock up a top 4 seed, and they could knock Norwalk out of the playoffs. Norwalk would also want Waterloo West and Prairie to win to make the playoffs in that situation. And lastly, number 19, Linn-Mar at number 10, Iowa City West. Linn-Mar has won 4 straight, and a win here could lead to an improbable playoff berth after starting 0-4. Who would have ever thought that Linn-Mar could play their way back into it, but a 5th straight win tonight certainly gives them a sniff at the top 16 and playing on Halloween night. So again, a lot of scoreboard watching going to be going on across the state of Iowa tonight. Certainly tune in to your games here on CISN. We'll try and update you with those scores throughout the evening as well. And be tuning into our social media as you want to find scores, updates. We know we've got great partners in Bound as well, so certainly utilize them. We'll be keeping tabs for you. Until then, though, enjoy the kickoff. We'll get out to our host stadiums and enjoy your game. Have a great night here on CISN.
Good evening. Welcome to Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Week number 9, the final week of regular season here. A lot of teams, their fate rests on this game for tonight. The Valley Tigers, they'll be in the playoffs one way or the other. If they were to lose this game here against Lincoln, it would have a little bit of a shake-up in their positioning in the playoffs. Dar Danielson, Dominic Daphne with me here tonight, and as you see the rankings there, Valley at number 7. The top 16 get in, so they're way up the line. But this is one that you don't want to overlook and come in and thinking, okay, we're playing a 3-5 Lincoln team here. We can just coast through it.
Absolutely not. And, of course, there's a lot of emotions with it being senior night as well. And knowing that you have an opponent where it's easy to look over and be excited about the playoffs coming, you got to handle business and you got to handle the team that's in front of you. Make sure you play a clean 4 quarters of football all the way through, no flags, no penalties, no turnovers, and see if you could come out with the win.
So Valley won the toss and elected to receive. Back deep is Jaden Montgomery and Jaden Brown. I think that's the most Jadens you're allowed to have on the receiving team, any more than 2. No, I don't know. Here's the kickoff. Down the middle, McGregory will take it at about the 7, up to the 30. 40, 50, has a blocker down the sideline and pulled down about the 22-yard line. So about a 61-yard return to open it up here for the Tigers.
Would have been a great way to open up senior night for Jaden McGregory. Would have been a house call on the first play of the game for senior night. That's something you probably would have never forgot. You could see him beating himself up a little bit. But he's still got a lot of game to go. I know he's going to beat himself up in the film room tomorrow, and that would have been one to remember for forever.
1st and 10 at the 23 for the Valley Tigers. Drake DeGroat, the senior quarterback. Blake Dorenkamp will be the running back. McGregory, Trent Grevengood, Jaden Brown, and the wide receivers. Braden Showburl, the tight end. We'll get you the rest of the lineup here in just a minute. Got a light rain falling, 54 degrees here, not much breeze. And there's a handoff to Dornkamp right up the middle, runs into his own lineman there and gets dragged down after a nice little pickup on first down. So I think Valley, with a lot of the Lincoln players going both ways, they're just going to ground and pound it at them here tonight.
Absolutely. I think one of their keys to victories today is, show your strength. They have a big O-line. They have physical receivers. They have a physical running back. And just ground and pound, like you said, run down the clock, see if we can get a lot of points up on the board and have a victory on senior night.
They flip Shoreborough over to the right side. McGregor in the backfield coming around on the end around, gets the handoff and is tripped up. I think he'll get the first down there, is Brown for the Tigers. And that'll give him a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. So they come out with a big kickoff return, running with the short field. And again, those flags are just laying straight down over there. So had a little spitting of rain and still coming down a bit here as they bring him out. Trips left. And there's movement on this side by McGregory. And he pointed to himself right away, said, yeah, I flinched on the count. So our first penalty tonight goes against the Tigers.
If I'm a guessing man, I would assume that play might have been going to him. Might have got a little bit excited. He was down, had man down on the bottom side of your screen. I think that play would have been going straight for him for a touchdown.
So that puts Valley back at 1st and 15 at the 17. Now Twins to the right. Handoff. Dornkamp looks for room. Has it at the 10. 5. Touchdown. Dornkamp on the run from 17 yards out. And just straight old power football there.
Yeah, you can see they have a couple pullers come back, and line does a good block, first block. Showborough leading the way, and then like we talked about a couple weeks ago, he's not letting anybody take him down with arm tackles, and that easy touchdown for the Tigers.
So Conley Harn ready for the extra point, and now flag down here. And we'll see if they just decide to go ahead and kick it. Yeah, sometimes you get that and you move it in and you decide to go for 2, but I think they're just going to kick it here. There's the set. The kick is up and good. And it's 7-0 Valley. We'll take a break, be back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers on Douglas Avenue.
Back here at Valley for the kickoff. After Valley scores, this one's going to go into the end zone here. And we're going to see a little bit different offense out of Lincoln. They run. They're going to run the wing T, I guess, is what the coach said they run. And I wasn't able to find any video of them too much to look at, and we haven't had him in another game yet this year, but Dominic Severino, the junior quarterback, will bring him out. Send a man in motion, and he'll keep it himself right into the middle. It gets pushed back after a yard. Severino.
Yeah, I think that's going to be their bread and butter this game. We talked it earlier, looking at the stats for the last game. I thought it was a typo when they said they had no passing yards, but they went off for 375 rushing yards. So I think the ground and pound is going to be the name of the game for both sides, both teams today.
And sometimes if you don't have all those big linemen up front, that's a little better to go. Now back quickly, they're going to throw, and pass is caught there. I believe Braylon Jenkins, the junior, catches the pass. He is caught 10 for 28 on the season, so they're mixing it up early on. They'll send trips to the left. One back, dropping back, looking, throws it out and over the head of the receiver. He was looking for Adam Quakey there. And that'll bring up 4th and 2, and we're going to see a punt, I believe.
Yeah, Valley brought pressure on that third down, and it was 42 Dustin Hersberg who applied the pressure and had to speed up. Dominic had to get sped up a little bit, and the throw was just over the head, and, of course, we got 4th down, and we got a punt situation.
So Brown is back along with Layla Schurer to receive the punt. Good snap. This one's heading toward Brown. He takes it on the run at the 48, cuts through up to the 45, or down really, to the 35-34. So a good kick return again to start out for the Tigers. And that's trouble when you come and you go 3 and out and you don't get you flip the field here and give Valley another short field.
Yeah, now we're just playing the field possession game, and then the ball hasn't been on the opposite side of the 50 since the start of the game. So that kind of puts yourself up against the wall, especially playing against a team like Valley where they're just going to run the ball down your throat all game. So
1st and 10 at the 34 for the Tigers. Handoff. Doran Camp spins out of one tackle all the way down inside the 20. He'll get the first down to the 18.
Doran Camp doing a good job following his blocker. Had another pull play that time and created a hole for him and slipped out of that first arm tackle and was able to pick up the first down.
It looks like Colin Shelton in there for Dorncamp now in the backfield as Valley was looking to the sideline, and then Lincoln calls the timeout. Kind of want to regroup a little bit here early. And you mentioned it, Valley starting out with a couple of short fields, exactly what you don't want if you're the team that's going to try to come in here and upset a highly ranked team on the road. So the defense has got to try to pull something together and get some stops here early if they can.
Try to get a stop, try to hold them to 3 points, hopefully get some momentum back. Like you said, when you're on the road, the amount of errors you could have is slight. You know, there's penalties and fumbles and turnovers. The room for error, there's not much. So it's kind of tough beating yourself up, giving them a short field 2 possessions in a row.
So they'll come out. Valley comes out now. Lincoln comes out. They're in the white with those kind of gold helmets. Tigers in their orange tonight. Shelton is in the backfield with DeGroat now. Drops back. Looks to the end zone and overthrows the man out there Brown. It was a little different as the underneath guy came in. I thought he was going to go to him, but then he throws the other way and overthrows him a little bit. I don't know if there's a miscommunication or where he was supposed to run on that route.
Yeah, he got a little bit muddled up in once he got past the linebackers and tried to continue and kept his corner. He ran a corner route, kind of keep it high, and the quarterback tried to throw him open. But like you said, he got a little muddied up in the middle there.
2nd and 10 at the 18. Man in motion, handed up the gut to the back. He slips through, gets down close to the 5. There's Cohen Shelton. Going to mark him at, we'll mark him at about the 7, I think. But it'll be a first down. They'll make it first down and goal here. The Tigers, a little tempo, getting up to the line quickly here. Want to catch Lincoln. Handoff, Shelton right up the middle, touchdown. From 7 yards out.
Cohen Shelton just following those big boys, 71 and 73, on a little duo play, and just another easy touchdown. Again, that's what we talked about earlier. When you give your opponent just short field after short field, it makes it hard for your defense to try to hold up and gain some momentum and try to hold them to 3 points. You kind of fighting against the wall.
And kicker back out. That was Andy Rickert and Joe Mauser, the two big guys you talked about up front. The PAT is good. And we'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Back here at Valley, the Tigers, a couple of short fields on a good punt return and a kick return. And now they kick off, kick taken at the 6. Up to the 15, stop, goes, and then is pulled down. There before he gets too far on the return. Where's my sheets here? Braylon Jenkins on the return. Let's set up that defense for Valley. On the defensive line, Caden Fluellen, Alonzo Jimenez, Ben Booth, Anthony Mershon. Linebackers, Hayden Demaray, Dustin Herzberg, Luke Walter. Then it's Denault Moore, Ben Fleming, Micah Lalisher, and Asher Price in the defensive backfield. There's a handoff and hit immediately and brought down. There, following the handoff.
Yeah, that's a tough situation. The running back gets the ball and immediately has 3-4 defenders in his face. Not many running backs are going to be able to break 3 tackles in a row when you're 3 yards in the backfield. So it's a tough sledding in that situation.
2nd and 11 now at the 14. Hand off and no room there again. And that was Jenkins again, I believe. No, that was, Adam Quakey. So now 3rd and 13. And I got a feeling they might look to the pass here. If they don't do it a lot, but they've thrown a couple early here. They Trouble is, if you can't get the running game going, then it's hard to stop defenders on the pass. Severino, the quarterback, drops back, wings it out. Man, caught it up ahead. He's going to get a few more yards up to the 20. Pick up there of about 8. But it's going to leave him a little short here. And Jaden Brown and Layla Shearer will come back in to return. The punt here. Good snap. That's to Layla's shirt. Or is there? Oh, there's a flag down. Okay. Blew it dead before we got underway. So a jump by Lincoln. Moves him back 5. Gets it off again. Layla Shear again. Takes it at the up to the 20, 15, and all the way down almost to the 10-yard line. So once again, they just cannot get any field position here. Lincoln.
Yeah, like you said, you run 3 run plays where you get stopped in the backfield, and then of course you try to throw
penalty too.
Yeah, throwing a penalty too. It's tough sledding when, again, the ball hasn't been past the 50-yard line since the game has started.
Yeah.
Counting the first kickoff, the punt, it's tough sledding when now it's going to be 1 yard and it's almost 1st and goal.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 11 here for the Tigers. They'll come out with Colton Shelton. He got his first TD of the season on the last drive. Blake Dornkamp, his 10th on the first drive. Oop, got a little
happy. Just assuming.
Premature, yeah, thinking they're going to score.
He must have heard the play because that was going to Jade McGregory.
Those new lights are fun when you score, and you can put the music to them and everything, but the referee, please refrain from turning lights off. And I'm just thinking that was a slip of the finger there that was unintended. It wasn't like the band started playing, but here we go. Man in motion, kicks it inside, going to ramble the way in for the touchdown. That's McGregory. And a little inside kind of jet sweep for him.
Yeah, if you look at the replay here, watch 28 at the top of your screen. Just lay somebody out. That's how you block for a teammate. There you go, right here. There it is. The nice physicality we talk about with football. And for
Colton Shelton. Yeah, he's excited. He got his first score in the last.
Yeah, so I'm sure he's got a lot of juice.
He's all ready to go, and he's getting some extended playing time there. For McGregory. Gets a score from 11 yards out. Extra point is good, and we'll take a break, come back with a kickoff after this.
This ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
And we're back to kickoff again here for Valley. This one coming deep, and Braylon Jenkins takes it at the 3. Jenkins looking, cuts back up to about the 17. They did better when it went through the end zone. Yeah. He probably should have let that one go.
Well, I'm sure they're hoping on their side they can gain a little momentum, get the run game going, and just see what they can do offensively and see if they can find something to hold on to as far as whether it's running the ball, passing the ball. Got to find something to get the ball on the opposite side of the 50.
And I think for Valley, those guys up front, defensively and offensively, are going to be what will take you deep in the 5A playoffs, and they know that. Dropping back, looking, wings out, picked off at the 25. And TJ Williams, I think it is. Yep, TJ Williams intercepts it at the 25.
Yeah, did a good job of just reading the quarterback's eyes. He was sitting back in zone and kind of baited him a little bit, making him think that his man was open. And once he threw it, he just saw the ball in the air and made a great play on the ball.
And he returns it about 9 yards to the 16. And then that's the trouble, too, when you got a team that likes to run, but you force them into the passing game that they're not used to. And let's see here. We got in the backfield. We still got Shelton in there. 2 receivers left. Throws it on the slant inside, and that was looking for Brown, but he kind of fired that in there kind of hard.
Yeah.
Analyze that as a receiver for me.
Yeah, tried to go in with a little bit of RPO, and I mean, the high ball going across the middle is not the best.
The medicine ball you don't like, right?
Yeah, it's not always the most fun thing. You got to jog back to the huddle like, my guy, please don't do that again.
Yeah, keep it down at the numbers. And DeGroat is usually a pretty accurate passer, So 2nd and 10 at the 16. Handed off. He skips through, cuts up, and is dropped down as he gets down to the 2. Good tackle there by Tank Wesley.
Shelton doing a good job of just being patient. He followed Ari Reardon. Obviously, that last name rings bells in this city. And followed him and just to the promised land and had a nice little run to pick up the first down.
So Valley 1st and goal now at the 3. Hand off, and good right through the line and pulled him down before he could get up any speed there is Damity Wesley. And he likes to be called Tater. Davon Wesley likes to be called Tank, he told me. So lost a yard. 2nd and goal at the 4. Handoff again, cuts back inside, spun around, and they're going to spin him around again. And good work inside.
Yeah, I think that was 58, Dalton Armstrong.
Yeah.
Did a good job getting off the block, really physical hands on that one, and came up to make the tackle and just fought for him to get him on the ground.
They're kind of zeroing in now on that run. So now they'll send 3 receivers left. Owen Woods is in there. As one of them drops back. He's going to go the other way, fires a rocket into McGregory from 3 yards out. Jaden McGregory with the second catch. And McGregory hauls that in.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see the entirety of the route, but it looked like he went fake to the fade on a comeback, and it was just throw the ball right at the pylon. Be an athlete, and of course he made a play, made a good play, made a good catch.
Kick is up and good. We'll take a break, come back with a kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Back here at Valley, kickoff number 5 here. And this one's into the end zone. Fielded back there, but it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 as Braylon Jenkins. He's itching to get his team out and break one, but that time in high school when it breaks that plane, you can't run it out. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20. So here's where, if you can settle down and get out toward midfield a little bit so you can get, if you don't, sustain the drive, maybe get the punt and put Valley a little bit longer field.
Yeah, at least, give your defense a chance. It's tough when you're backed up on the 10-yard line to start the drive for any defense in the country.
And fakes it up the middle, running outside, trying to turn the corner and get a few yards out there. And it'll bring up 2nd and 8. For Lincoln. That's Tank Wesley behind him. Throws it out. And he gets a reception. Or does he? No.
I don't think they call it incomplete.
Okay, I thought they were first. But let's take a look at it here. Oh, almost intercepted. Oh. Yeah, I was trying to see as he came over the top of Braylon Jenkins there. Because you never know, sometimes that ball, they'll pick it up. Yeah, I got it, but so 3rd and 8 here at the 22. Dropping back, wings it out in the backfield. Cuts it back up inside. Braylon Jenkins gets a few, but stops short of the first down. And they'll have to punt it once again, bring out Layla Scher and Brown to receive for Valley. The kicker is Gabe Cruz. This is going to bounce, taken at the 48 by Layla Scher over the right side. Cuts it back inside, now down the sideline again. And down to the 16. So they've been in the red zone almost every time here to start off their drives.
I think for Lincoln, you got to ask yourself, at what point do you just go for it?
Yeah.
On fourth down.
You're right. Yeah.
Try to give yourself some momentum and try to get a first down.
Because
you know,
with the punt returns, they've been running it back in. Good point there. Yeah, if you had it at the 20, go for it. And if you only get to the 30, at least you've got a few more yards on there right now. So DeGroat comes back out. We've got Shelton back in the backfield. Stack receivers to the right. Wings it over to the left side. Looking for room. Going to cut it all the way up and in for the touchdown is Grevengood.
Yeah, if you watch the top of your screen, Grevengood just sets up the screen, gets a good block from Schoberl and big 79 Cole Wiarda, and just follows his blockers to the end zone and picks up the easy touchdown.
And Harney back out to kick. And that one is good. Makes it 35-0. You want a break, or do you want to have us keep it here? We'll keep it here. Okay. So for Kearney, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes him 36 out of 37 in the extra points. One of the other key games we're looking at is Waterloo West and Waukee. I believe West would still be in if they lose, but Waukee has to win. They're at number 17 in the RPI. And that would be, and then some of the other ones, it all kind of depends on who's going to host a game. But it looks like the way things are right now, Valley will host the first round game back here next week. And when you played, did they still, they didn't have where they stretched it out, did they? The playoffs? You played, or did they? Maybe.
It was.
Here's the return. Because they used to play like on a Monday, then they'd come back on a, they played it really tight,
yeah.
But then they decided, well, we shouldn't be playing that many games that quickly and spread it out.
No, they didn't. They hadn't started doing that yet.
Yeah.
It would be awkward. You play on like a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then like a Thursday, and then Friday.
Friday.
So
yeah,
they weren't there yet. I wish. There are a lot of things that got changed that I wish we had done a little bit sooner.
Yeah, and they did change it, and then, of course, things have changed with the smaller schools of the 8-man, and then now we went to the 5-man class, and here's Lincoln, almost hit the snap, picked off by Lalashur. And he'll take it down to the 11. And we are in running clock right now.
It just seemed like a bit of a miscommunication, I think, on the offensive side for Lincoln. Dominic was looking for his receiver, and there was no receiver in the area. I think there might have been a little bit of a messed up play, or just
and then when
miscommunication.
that back was coming through, almost got hit by the snap, and I think that just threw the whole timing off. And then when he went to look to throw it, things got a little sideways. And so that'll end the quarter. Valley will have it 1st and 10 at the 11 when we come back with the second quarter coming up after this on CISN.TV.
Three, two, action. Wilson Toyota in Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Back here at Valley Stadium, the Tigers will take over after the interception, 1st and 10 at the 11. Another score, Paul Yeager sent me. He's doing the game, Ankeny and Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln. Not a good night for schools named after Abe Lincoln. It's 28-0 after one quarter there. 35-0 here as we start the second quarter with the Tigers. DeGroat back, throws it to the end zone. Caught, touchdown. That is Brown. Jaden Brown with the 11-yard touchdown catch.
And that was just a straight fade ball, which is quick, 3-step drop. Just go and throw it to the back of the end zone, throw it up high, and let your player make a play. And Jaden Brown comes down with an easy touchdown. That rhymed. That was crazy.
And the extra point is good. 42-0 here. Valley over Lincoln. Well, we knew it might be a little lopsided, but didn't quite expect this.
Yeah, it's always tough from the perspective of Lincoln when you're facing an opponent that is bigger, faster, and then, they have the numbers. You got guys on your team who are very athletic, that are very good players, and you have to play both sides of the ball versus a team that has reserves. It's tough. It's a tough road sledding. It's something that's hard to fight against. So while we did expect it, you'd obviously want a better game.
Here comes Lincoln. And quickly stacked up in the middle, maybe lose a yard. Dowling over Marshalltown, 21-0. Again, these late season games. But I think they've done a much better job going with the 5A, and it evens out some. I remember a couple years ago, the last 3 games they did over at Waukee were all running clock, and moving the Des Moines schools out a little bit. Here's up the middle. He's going to pick up a few, get right back to the original line of scrimmage. It's just a tough situation in this game where numbers are important, and when you're you don't have the numbers like some of the Des Moines schools have had, then it becomes an issue against schools that are growing and expanding, like Waukee and Valley and that.
Yeah, especially a lot of the talent starts to move west. You see these bigger guys. You see the O-line, the D-line for Valley. I know Waukee Northwest has a couple big guys on their O-line as well.
Oh, there's up the middle, a good run, and close to the first down. And here I think they might follow what you said earlier. Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name. Northwest has a guy.
Like 6'6".
6'6", 300. I was down there next to him, and he makes you look tiny, my friend. I mean,
too far. It's too far.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
And
when you don't have the players like that, you don't have the numbers. It's tough to compete against teams that have 3-4 guys that are that size. It's hard to.
But now here's a chance for them to get a first down. 4th and 1. And Severino, the flags come flying. Severino was going to take it himself, but they might have jumped early. So it'll be a false start. That's going to move it back from 4th and 1 to 4th and 6, and now I think they're going to punt. But they do have a little better breathing room than what they have had.
Yeah, it's just tough when you keep it's the shooting yourself in the foot. You know, the turnovers, the penalties. It's hard to win games, especially on the road against a bigger, better opponent. You got to be pretty much a clean game of football.
And then in the return game, Valley, now that time they kick it away, which might have been, that's a pretty smart move there. They don't let the returners even get a hand on it. And they had who did they have out there? They had Walter out there, and they had somebody else returning. They didn't have Layla Sher and Brown, the two speedsters that time for Valley. And here come the Tigers, 1st and 10 at the 39. Hand off and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Is Shelton again.
And another thing we talked about earlier with kind of getting down 42-0 is, you know, you hate to see it, but a little bit of that energy just leaves your sideline.
Yeah.
It leaves the team. It's kind of hard to fight back when you're down 42-0 with 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
And that's a different quarterback in there, isn't it? And then we got Cathcart was in at QB, and he gets sacked. And so they've moved in several different players now. And Blake Ferguson now also in there, and it brings up 3rd down and 16. Tigers better get out of the huddle. The clock's winding down to 5. I don't think they see that. They're going to take a penalty here. Yeah. Just a little inexperience when you come in.
Yeah.
Trying to get everybody in and get the play called. And the clock is continuous right now because we're over 35 points. So now the ball back to the 50, 3rd and 21 at the 50. They'll send receivers wide to the left. 3, dropping back, trying to throw it short, gets knocked away. Pressure by Tank Wesley. And Valley's going to punt for the first time.
Lincoln that time on 3rd and long sent a little pressure and was trying to get after the quarterback. They sent 29, Mohamed Darbo, who actually picked up 5 sacks last week against Des Moines East, so I'm sure he was looking to make a play on that play.
Braylon Jenkins back deep to receive the punt. Flag comes down on the snap. This one's going to roll down inside the 3, but let's see what the penalty is. This might be on Valley, and I'm thinking if it is on Valley, they're going to want him to punt it again.
Yeah, they had a late guy run out on the field and wasn't set.
Yeah, so since that ball rolled down inside the 5, let him kick it again. And I know there are new guys in there, but the coaches aren't real happy when they do this kind of stuff because you get your chance to get in, and then there's been a series of mistakes here. And, you know, I know it's hard to come off the bench when you're sitting and watching, but you got to be ready. And Braylon Jenkins, he's hoping to get a punt and get a chance to go. And he calls for the fair catch and takes it at the 20. A little bit of an adventure there, but he brought it in. Going to be 1st and 10 at the 20 for Des Moines Lincoln. Beckett Baker with a 69-yard run to put Waukee up 14-7 over Waterloo West. There's a flag comes in on the edge as Adam Kowicki was trying to get around the end there. Oh, below the waist. Well, the only fortunate thing for them is it's half the distance since they're at the 20, so they won't go back 15, but that came just as he was trying to turn the edge.
Yeah, you could see there on the replay, number 1 came from the outside in to try to get the cut block, and I know that's a rule that's been harped on a lot.
One thing they've changed, try to in high school and even up higher levels too. There's a pitch back, looking to turn the corner, gets around the edge and gets that 10 yards back and more that time. Over to the far side. And that brings up a 2nd and 8, so now manageable here. As the clock rolls down to about 4 minutes to play here in the first half. A little reverse spin, handoff inside, and he's going to be close to the first down. He may have it. Well, it looks like they're going to mark him about a yard shy.
Yeah, they went with a little bit of a misdirection there, trying to fake you with the jet motion, but they had two pullers coming back to the field and open up a wide gap for the running back to pick up a nice chunk of yardage. Hopefully they can pick up this first down here.
Going to go quick count. Right up the middle goes Dominic Severino, and he'll pick up enough yardage as they untangle everybody in there. Not the tush push, just the old-fashioned quarterback sneak it up ahead.
Which is crazy that everyone's kind of added their own little spin to that.
Yeah.
It started with the tush push. Now it seems like everyone's got their own little version of.
Well, and the crazy thing here is like he's doing it out of the pistol or the shotgun, you know. We were talking about that last week. There's some teams that you don't see the quarterback go under center, and I think you always should if it's like on 4th and 1, you know, but you still see him come out of that short pistol or the shotgun.
Which is crazy because there's some college quarterbacks who get to the league like Bryce Young and has never taken a snap under center. That's just today's football, I guess.
Looking for the quick pass. They have it. to Braylon Jenkins and up to about the 46-yard line. So Lincoln putting together a little bit of a drive here against some of the reserves for Valley. A little bit of rain early, but it's stopped now. Just a cool, what you'd expect out of an October football night late in the season. Down the line, and he's going to be stacked up, lose a yard. And the clock will keep rolling here, so. Brings him out of the huddle. Little motions back, spins in, hands it back inside, but Valley's right there. Fake the motion to the deep back, spun back around, handed off to Braylon Jenkins inside, and he gets dropped.
And you'd assume from the Lincoln's perspective, if they can pick up enough yardage, it's 4-down territory for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
We're trying to score. We're trying to put points up as quickly and as much as we can.
Well, they split everybody wide left, dropping back. Looking left, hits a man short right at the line of scrimmage, and he'll be dropped immediately, and there'll be a timeout with 21 seconds to play first half. Had a Tumlin Roosevelt Thursday night, a pretty good game. Is there a penalty down? Yep. Let's see what the call is. Ineligible man downfield. There was a little discussion by those receivers out there, and the one said, hey, move over. Yeah. I think that's what the one guy was trying to tell the other one. You got to drop off the line because you cover up the guy on the end, and then he's ineligible.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was saying Atumwa and Roosevelt. Atumwa had their quarterback. He was only about 5'10", and he got way down on their center, and they run that offense to perfection. I had trouble as a play-by-play guy sometimes knowing where the ball was. There's the pitch outside, and the pursuit will get there and catch him and bring him down immediately. That's Asher Price. And that'll do it. That's the end of the half here. All Valley in the first half, 42-0. We'll take a break. We'll come back here with halftime after this on CISN.TV.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat and Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat and Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat and Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
In motion, Wool, hands off to him. Wool looking to cut the corner, has room, rakes around, gets around the block. He could go 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
I did not know he had those burners on him. What an unbelievable play. This is just a simple handoff. We've been wondering when Wold was going to be a part of the rushing attack.
Shootout more so tonight.
Heitland looking. His first option was gone, so he takes off himself and walks in. Touchdown, Waukee Northwest.
Well, Blake, you did your homework there. Mac Heitland showing the legs. He doesn't always do it unless he has to, and right there he had to. Collapse pocket, takes off, and just tucks and goes.
Sasquatch, they call it squatching.
Mayhouse on first down, airs it out, looking downfield for Roberts, and it is a back shoulder catch by Jeffrey Roberts.
Amazing.
Unbelievable. Inside the 20.
That is amazing.
And it's going to be a first down. Officials get together.
23-yarder.
Quaid, blocked! It's blocked! Blocked by Waukee, and the Warriors are going to win! But Waukee's going to walk out of here in a stunner of a victory. Left of Roush. Roush on 3rd and 10 with time, throws across the middle. He has, you guessed it, Owen Fisher. This time Owen is going to make his way to the end zone. And Owen Fisher, 37-yard score for the Hawks.
Owen Fisher did a nice job. He was lined up on the left side, took it across the middle, went down and got it off his shoelaces, took it back, and then ran another 20 yards after the catch against that defense.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Now, let's recognize seniors from the Valley March Masters under the leadership of Director Josh Waymeyer, Jackson Churchill, and Samantha Beaman. We start with Jordan Baham, who's just joined by his parents, Simon Baham, Rebecca Blocker, and his parents, Kathleen and Jim Blocker, Owen Borgstack, accompanied by parents Mindy and Justin Borgstack, Cheyenne Burrell, accompanied by parents Kim and Armando Burrell, Kira Edwards.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
We are here. It's halftime at Valley. The Tigers up 42-0. Dar Danielson, Dominic Daphne, and Valley scores on every offensive drive when they had the first team in there. But one of the things, too, we didn't mention a lot was like the opening kickoff was a 61-yard return. The next punt, they returned it. Valley's average starting position has been, well, the first three drives it was like at the 12 or 11-yard line, so they didn't really have far to go. And the big kickoff returns, and we mentioned it, Lincoln just could not flip the ball to the other side of the field, couldn't get much of a drive going.
Yeah, and the one time that they had a chance before the backups got in, they were about to go for a little tush push, and of course, shot themselves in the foot, had a penalty, and they had to punt the ball away. So they've just made it tough for themselves, and they've given Valley a short field almost every time. And when you're playing a bigger, better opponent, you need to be aligned in all facets of the game, and they've really not taken care of that.
So the rundown on the scoring with 10:04 to go in the first quarter. Dornkamp from 17 yards out, and again, that was after the big return, and that was a short field on that one. Kick was good, 7-0. 8:01 to go. Then Cohen Shelton, he came in relief of Dornkamp, scored his first touchdown of the season, 7 yards out. PAT was good. Then the 5:31 to go in the first quarter, that little inside shovel pass to McGregory, he took it in from 11 yards out, made it 21-0 with the kick. Then another pass, a 3-yard pass. That was a little down and out in the end zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
To McGregory. Kick was good, 28-10. Then the pass to Trent Grevengood from 15 yards out. The kick was good, 35-0. And then the pass to Jaden Brown in the second quarter. Got to the second quarter, and we were at running clock, and 11:55 to go, 5 seconds in. Valley had it down on, well, it's down on the 11, and they restarted in one play. The pass to Jaden Brown, kick was good, made it 42-0. So no big plays on the touchdown, but the big plays coming on the returns in that beforehand.
Yeah,
and that there was a pickoff, or interception in there on one of those two, wasn't there? Or two of them, wasn't there?
Two of them,
yeah.
So they've just been given the short field every time. And when your defense is backed up time and time again, it's disheartening, and it's tough to keep a team from scoring when they start on the 11-yard line or closer. It's hard for any defense to do that.
And I think, in the locker room for Lincoln, they're going to say, hey, our final game of the year, these seniors, their final time ever in this uniform, let's come out, put on a good showing, not give up fighting, and keep working here, and maybe we can do something here in the second half.
Absolutely. The biggest thing is we're not going home with a 0 on the board. You need to come out and fight for the next half. A lot of these guys, this will be the last time they put on a Lincoln Rail Splitters uniform. So, even if it's just for them, come out with a little bit of energy, come out with a little bit of passion, and finish this game strong.
So Braylon Jenkins back deep to receive there, along with, let's see, that is Adam Kawaki, also back there. And who's the third guy? That is Tank Wesley. So back there, and they're looking to get a return. We saw most of the starters go out after that touchdown there. Here's the kick, and that's going to bounce and go into the end zone. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20, starting here for Lincoln to start the second quarter. Give you a quick rundown of some of the other scores that got in here. It's 28-7 Waukee over Waterloo West at the half. Dowling 21-0 over Marshalltown. It's Ankeny over Council Bluffs. Lincoln 35-0 at the half. So these higher seeds coming out and taking care of business in the last game. And a lot of them are having senior night. Back during the pandemic, they moved up senior night because at then you didn't know, but now they've kind of moved it back toward the last home game of the year. Here's Lincoln. Spins around, hands it off, spins up inside, looking for a few yards there, and he's going to get a pretty good first down carry there for, I think that was Tank Wesley on the carry for Lincoln. And I'm going to try to run down some of these other guys in there for the Tigers. We've got Asher Price, Cash Kiner in the backfield defensively. There's a pass incomplete. Let's see who else we got there. Brevin LaFleur, Braden Hine. Let's see, we got 55 and 54 up front. That would be Max Anderson. I don't see the 54 on the list. Spin and pitch, going to turn the corner, cuts up the corner, gets the first down and more up to the 40. Knocked out at the 42-yard line. That's the best offensive play Lincoln's had of the night, Dom.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job when the ball gets on the edge. I think that's where they're trying to go to. They realize that they have good athletes. You have good guys like Braylon Jenkins who you can get the ball to in open space and he can make a play. So that may be something we see them keep leaning on in the future.
Joseph Odebar came in. I see him in there up on the defensive line now. Here comes Lincoln. They hand it off to the inside man coming around. Can he turn the corner? He does. Gets a good stiff arm. Busts through a couple of tackles and gets a little momentum. Adam Gueke with the carry. And picks up another first down. So finding a little momentum here as they start the second half. Dominic Severino, the junior, takes him out of the huddle. Man comes in motion. They spin, hand it back inside to Braylon Jenkins, and he doesn't find much running room. Maybe loses a yard. And it'll be 3rd and 3 for Lincoln. But here again, this is what they didn't have in the first half. They're close to the 50, so if they do punt it, they flip the field a little bit, and they just were never able to do that against that number 1 Valley defense. Pitches outside, trying to turn the corner. Good closing on the defense there. That was number 26, Brady Cochran, with the nice tackle. And they lose 1. But I think we're in 4-down territory here.
Yeah, I think that's the mentality for the rest of the game. They don't want to go home with that 0 on the board.
And you got the clock running here, so. Yeah. Slot back goes in motion. They hand it to the up back. He cuts through there, busts through. Tank Wesley. They have some younger guys. Well, you got Severino as a junior, Jenkins a junior, Wesley a junior.
They have some athletes, that's for sure. And, of course, with the wing tee, you talked about it earlier, it's a little bit of trickeration. You know, your eyes can get a little bit undisciplined, and it's hard to find where the ball is at, and they're able to pick up the first down there.
Go up again, those 2 wing backs. They send Jenkins in motion. They're going to pitch it out to him on the left side. He looks to turn the corner, gets around but just a few yards before he's wrangled down there by the defenders. I'll give him, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about 4 on the pickup.
Yeah, he had his guy Tank Wesley.
Yeah, that's right.
And
yeah.
had him out in front blocking for him, trying to spring his guy loose, and had a nice block. That's why he was able to pick up a couple yards and kind of get the second and manageable.
Oh, there's – now that was the worst I've seen jumbled up. The two backs ran into each other, and Severino came around and nobody to hand it to in the middle there. The timing was off a bit there, and I think there was a little penetration that might have helped with that.
Yeah, 58 big Julius Harris came through and essentially just pulled an Aaron Donald and tackled both guys in the backfield like, you guys aren't going anywhere. One of you guys is going to the ground.
Once you got the ball,
whoever has the ball is getting tackled. So he made a good play on that play.
So now 3rd and 9. And they hand it off to the second man through, which I think is Wesley. And he's going to get it down to the 40, which still leaves him 4th and about 6, I believe. Yep. And now, as we said, they're going to be 4 downs the whole way here. And they adjust. They tell Anthony Fleming where to go, and did he catch that? He did. No. They wave it off late. Say it was incomplete. It would have been a first down, but it'll be a first down for the Tigers. So the Tigers will come out. They'll bring out Holden Cathcart as the quarterback. Running back will be Sam Samaglia. Back steps up next to the quarterback. Takes the hand off. Gets a couple. And 2nd and 8. You remember your senior night?
No.
No?
I was about to lie and say I do. I absolutely do not.
I do, because it was the last night I played football. But, or no, I guess second to last we had. But you went on to play a little more football.
I did,
so
yes,
you did,
so
yeah. So
starts to blend together a little
oh,
bit.
good slant across. He's breaking free. Up the field he goes. Touchdown. That's number 18. Mario Shirata. 42-yard pass.
And like you said, it was a simple slant route. Cathcart put it right between the numbers, and he was able to make the first guy miss. And at that point, it's just a foot race. Who's faster than who? And he's able to go in for the long running touchdown.
He saw the green and said, I'm gone.
That might have been our longest play of the day right there.
That's the longest score of the night.
Yeah.
And the extra point is good. And we'll take a break. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers on Douglas Avenue.
Ready for the kickoff. The Tigers scored on a 42-yard pass. And the kick is going to come down to the 6, up to the 20. Trying to turn outside. Does turn it over there. And is it free or was he out of bounds? Let's see. I think the officials marking him over there out before he lost it, yeah. Waukee now 28-7 against Waterloo West. That's key for Waukee because it would get them in to the playoffs. Waterloo West would still be in. They'd drop down a little bit. And here comes Lincoln. And Tank Wesley fumbles. And let's see. I think he might have got back on it. There's a battle in the bottom between a Tiger and they're going to give it to Valley. Valley will get it on the fumble. Take over on the 42. That's where they had it last time when they threw the touchdown pass. It was Cathcart to Sherrata. I tell you, one place I love doing games is the Roundhouse at Lincoln for basketball. That thing is fun. And there's the Roundhouse in Marshalltown, 2 of them that I know of, and it's a whole different thing to do a game over there.
It was fun to play there too. Yeah. You always knew that they had high energy every single game, no matter what, and the environment was loud. And
then the Roundhouse, you get to sit up high. Here's a handoff, looking for room up the middle here, and let's see, that's 22 is Nathan Kaur. And Cathcart is still the quarterback. Under a minute to play, third quarter handoff. Oh, there's a flag before they get going. I think there was a little confusion about the setup there for Valley, maybe.
Yeah, the receiver's at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, they called on the defense, so they must have jumped offside. But yeah, you get new guys in there, and they were trying to get their alignment right. And here's the handoff, looking for room and pulled down. Loss of 1. Kaur, the carrier again.
And that was number 5, Tank. Tank again, coming off the edge.
With the
Scott-free with the tackle, just came off the edge. Nobody blocked him and made a good play in the backfield for a little TFL.
That might be the last play, depending on how fast they get out of the huddle here in the third quarter. They break it with 8 seconds. And yep, that's a quarter. I look for a flag and I look up the clocks at 0, so that'll end the third quarter. We'll take a break, come back with a it's getting late. I can't talk, man.
Yeah.
The fourth quarter coming up after this on CISN.TV.
As the seasons change, so should the colors in your garden and around your home. Nothing says fall like a splash of beautiful colors from the Fall Mums from Good Greenhouses. No one has a larger selection of gorgeous mums or better pricing, with sizes from small pots to large containers that are sure to make the neighbors jealous. For over 118 years, the Good family have grown and sold the best mums in Iowa in a rainbow of stunning fall colors. Come see for yourself, just north of Interstate 80 and only 8 minutes south of Ankeny.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Yeah, and we'll go to the fourth quarter here at Valley Stadium. Tigers 3rd and 3 at the 35 of Des Moines Lincoln. Dropping back, throwing out as a man. Nice pass out there, and he's going to move around but be pulled down. Got the first down, was trying to get a little more out of it. Number 80, Blake Ferguson, sophomore. So some of these young guys who we'll be seeing down the road. Some of these seniors for Valley. We know they'll extend their season one more game and maybe more. The way the Tigers have been going in the postseason, they've been able to get to the Dome. Was it 3 out of the last 4 years? Here's a handoff, busting up through for a good pickup on first down.
Selfishly, I love to see number 24 get the ball. That was my number when I was at Valley.
Was it?
Looks like somebody I know.
Cash Kiner. Second and 5 at the 25. Rolls out. Looking. Hits a man in the flat. He's got nothing but green. Touchdown. That is Blake Weldon. Is there a flag down?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we have another one of those snafus with lining up here.
Which I know drives a coach crazy because, obviously your backups come in, but you expect the same out of your starters from your backups. You expect the same type of intensity and the attention to detail. So I know that drives people crazy.
So now they get the inside guy off the line. You can only have so many on. Now handoff up the middle. Well, we had that game last week. Northwest ran a fake field goal, and they scored on it, but they were flagged for an illegal formation. And the coach was not happy. He got flagged for 15, and there was long discussion about it. And that's a little bit different situation because you're lining up to kick it. But here, you just got young guys who got to know where they're at, and especially those receivers. You got to know how many guys you have online, who you don't. Dropping back to pass, looking, thought about it. Now points toward the end zone, wide open, caught it for the touchdown. And that time's number 80, Blake Ferguson.
Yeah, you could see Cathcart felt a little pressure, so he was trying to extend the play, and A.D. Ferguson was just found open. He found the open spot, and he got behind the defense. They let him loose, and pretty much an easy touchdown.
How long was that? You remember? I was thinking it was 25. I don't know. The kick is up good. Doesn't matter. 56-0. Here. We'll take a break. Come back after this on CISN.TV.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
And the kickoff to Lincoln, and they bust through there. Tank Wesley gets up to just beyond the 30. And that's one of their best starting positions of the night so far. Dar Danielson, Dominic Daphne with you on what has been an all-Valley senior night here tonight. The introduced seniors from several of the teams. Handoff back inside, the reverse, and that gets a little room. Leave it to Waukee, and he handed it back off inside.
Yeah, tried to go with the fake reverse to back to a pull play, and he had two guys right in front of him leading the way, which is why he was able to pick up a nice chunk of change, just lead blocking for him.
Severino went all the way to the sideline, got the play, and came back. And, you know, I like their energy, and they're just, like you said, they want to score. They're just keeping at it. Throw it up the sideline, and just a little long, but it wasn't a bad throw because he had to put it out there. Otherwise, it's going to get picked off.
Yeah, and it's tough because they had the start of the half. They had a great field position, and then they were getting chunks. They were getting first downs, and then they stalled out with a four and out, a turnover on downs, and then the next drive they have good field position, and they're with a one chunk play, and then you fumble the ball back to Valley. So you had opportunities. You just gotta, you can't shoot yourself in the foot and expect to have a positive outcome.
So Dominic Severino comes up. Hands off to the second man through, but he's wrapped up immediately. That was Adam Kawaki. And the clock continues to run here. There was, I noticed, a little frost on my grass this morning, so.
Yeah, I got into town yesterday, and I got off the plane. I'm like, yeah, I remember why I don't live here anymore.
Tennessee is probably a little warmer there.
I remember why I don't live here. This is ridiculous.
But, it's been, you get to, the 24th of October, and when you get your frost, that's not bad. That's pretty late.
Yeah.
Usually mid-September or end of September is when you have your first hard frost here, but my wife had already pulled up all the tomato plants and that and got the garden ready because she knew it was coming. There's.
You just always get scared when you have that late frost because then that means we might see snow in March.
Yeah. You're right.
So
might be.
You go to spring break. It's sunny. You come back and somehow there's snow on the ground. Yeah, it's. I don't miss those Iowa winters whatsoever.
Yeah, 2 years ago we were in Florida and we had the blizzard, and then our flight got delayed coming back, and man, that was in Charlotte and no fun. But so they're lining up to punt here. Let's see if they go through with it. Do they have enough guys out there? Does come back, taken on the bounce, and then bear hug to the flag comes in. And Joseph Alexander fields that, and there was a flag that came in upfield. I don't know if that was a block in the back or a hold there, probably against Valley, I'm assuming. Yep.
Number 51, 10 yards in the run, first down Valley.
So that'll move the field position back to the 30.
Smart coach always told me if you see somebody's numbers, go ahead and turn around and block somebody else.
No.
Chances are you're going to get a flag.
Yeah, and the worst part is, like there, it was kind of way out of the play, too. He was back here yet. And looking to turn the corner, still going outside and run a long way, but got 9 yards or so out of it. On that.
Usually I would say on second and short, it'd be a great opportunity to take a shot, but
yeah. But at this
we're
point
gonna,
in the
we're
game,
gonna we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna run the ball.
Yeah. You're not gonna.
You're gonna run the ball, yeah.
And breaks free up the sideline, and they blew the whistle because he couldn't quite tiptoe it up there. Or Matthias Kaur. But this is nice too. You get everybody in there, get a little playing time in a kind of a live game, which you don't often get.
Also, make sure you get all the seniors, a chance to play on their last opportunity to wear the jersey.
And stacked up the line of scrimmage. Anchoring up 49-0 over Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln after 3. Hand off inside, cuts back, and pushes the pile ahead a little bit.
One thing I've noticed that's consistent with Valley's backs is even when we get to back number 3, 4, they're very patient. They follow their blocks.
Yeah, look for that
They're very patient. They're not quick to try to find green grass. They let their blocks form and hit the hole whenever they find it.
There again, you see that? He's cut outside. He could go. And does. That's Matthias Kaur from 20. What is that? 36 yards out.
And I hate to sound like a broken record, but just exactly what I just said. He was being really patient on that
Yeah.
one. Let his blocks
You're right.
form.
He just
And,
formed on the outside.
yeah.
Then
And
once he
just-
broke through the
once he
second
found that-
line,
he found that nice cutback lane, and at that point, it's a foot race.
extra point is good. We'll take a break. Come back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Touchdown fairway.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
On the return, Lincoln. He bobbled it for a second, picked it up, got it up to the 27. That was Tank Wesley again on the carry. And the clock will roll, and it'll be Lincoln's ball, 1st and 10 at the 28. And we'll know soon, I believe this weekend, where the next games are. The Valley, pretty sure we'll have a home game here after winning tonight in the playoffs. And, ooh, just about broke it to the outside, but Tank got a good run there again. As we go under 3 minutes to play. You in town for a while, or you got to go back, or?
I go back Sunday.
Sunday
back to the grind as per usual. Monday go
work out again.
Yeah, as per usual.
Dominic Severino still quarterback. He sends his receiver all the way out, and the play clock is going to run down. They're going to have to take a timeout, I think. Yeah. And they had a little trouble with the formations that time. Had to run a guy all the way over. And got to be their second timeout. 2:24 to play here. Well, volleyball is into their postseason now, and the first week of November, most of the CISN crew will be over there in Iowa City for the state volleyball tournament. That's one of those where I come away with my ears ringing, but it's not quite so bad as basketball because we sit up above the fans a little bit. In basketball, they're behind you, and the young girls and even the boys can scream and yell quite a bit in basketball.
Yeah, I remember we were big supporters because we had a lot of friends on the volleyball team, and go to their games and be like, this is just screaming.
Yeah. Rolling back, looking, pitches it back the other way, and Valley read that pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if they had enough people on the line of scrimmage. That's the only thing. Tried to set up a little screen for the big fella.
Yeah, number 75, Hassan Sirleaf, the left tackle. And Are they? Yeah, they're going to. It must have been what they were trying to set up when they moved that receiver to keep him, I don't know, before. But either way, you might as well pull it out now and go with it because it's the last game of the season and let everybody get a touch if you can. Hassan is a senior, 6 foot, 209 lineman. Good run. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Lewis Fondren, the freshman there, getting a carry for Lincoln as we roll under 2 minutes to play here. Tigers looking to go 7-2. Rolling, throwing, almost picked off again. It was tipped by Valley. It was it Rodriguez tipped it, I think. And then.
Yeah, and that was when Julius Harris probably had a little pressure, had to get Dominic out the pocket and just had to throw it quick because he was chasing him down from behind.
Well, I know Coach Swenson said, yeah, we come out and establish a running game, which they did, and again had some short fields to start with it. Their second loss of the year to Ankeny last week. Up the sideline and knocked out, and they just, I rewatched that game, and they just didn't have, Ankeny had some big plays, and Valley just didn't match them all the way, you know.
Yeah.
Play per play, big play on that. And just their second loss, and just, well, they lost by 3 to Dowling. Or no, they lost by 3 to Northwest. And then they lost, so 11 points, I think, in their 2 losses by 11 points. So throwing it up for grabs and knocked away at the last second. And the clock will run out. And that'll be the final on this one, 63-0. Lincoln will end the season at 3-6, and a salute to their seniors. It's a lot of work you put in to come out and play football.
Absolutely.
You take a lot of dings here and there, and if you're lucky, you have a good season, you know. And but salute to them, and then the Valley seniors, they live to play another day, and we'll probably have a playoff matchup next week. But let's see, the Tigers scored 6 times in the first half to take that 42-0 lead, and then pretty much the backups came in and a couple more scores for them and make it 63-0 the final here tonight. So final thoughts on this one, Dom?
From the Valley's perspective, I know they wanted to come out and kind of brush off that loss. You know, it's tough to play a mirror match like that and come out on the losing side. But, you know, when you're going into the playoffs, you got to put your best foot forward and brush that off and realize the playoffs, it's 0-0. Anybody can lose at any given day. So to come out and get a win and kind of end the season on a high note is, I'm sure, what they want to do.
And they've shown the last several seasons that they're able to turn it on, get into the playoffs, and get going. And, again, to Lincoln, congrats to them, the seniors, and wish them the best of luck moving forward. Thanks to Megan and Sam on the cameras tonight, Aaron running the controls here. And I'm Dar Danielson. That's going to wrap it up, the final here. 63-0 Valley wins the final regular season game. We'll probably see you right back here next Friday night for playoff game number 1 here on CISN.TV.